What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Crawl Space Cookout. I'm your host, your dad. Clean your room, fucker. It's been about 3 months since I've looked into my record collection, since I've publicly displayed my record collection for the internet to see. That was quite a long video. That was a good, 45 minutes of just me talking about the music that I got. And I'm genuinely shocked no one roasted me on my record player. Because my record player was dog shit. It was dog shit. It was awful. It was pretty much just like a male Crosley. That's pretty much what it was. It just looked like shit. It played like shit. I recently got a new record player, and I realized that a lot of the records that I think are scratched just are not, because my old record player just made them sound like shit. So all the records I thought were scratched aren't. They fucking play perfectly. So hey, dude, I'm doing great. I'm feeling epic right now. I did recently stumble across some new vinyl records. It's gonna be a vinyl update because I like showing the music that I got, especially physical music, because physical music means a lot to me. Because it's not like a digital album where you can just on a whim you can hit shuffle and fucking jump in or whatever. But with analog music, with vinyl records, it's a totally different animal because you can hold it. That's the fucking argument that everyone makes. Like, oh my god, vinyl is so much better because you can hold it. Well, it's true. It's cool. And I'm a big covers guy. If you guys can't tell, I love looking at album covers and I love looking at art. And usually album covers come with, extra art that go with the aesthetic of the original cover, which I just love looking at. I think it's fantastic. So I did indeed pick up some new vinyls. I am going to return to some old vinyls because there have been some price changes that make them a bit rarer, and I think it'd be a cool little thing to show you the progression of my collection and see what's growing and what's not. But before we get into the records, let's talk about my record player, because I did say that I got a new record player. I got a new record player. I'll show some footage here. It's the Audiotechnica LP120 X USB. It's a fucking unit. This record player is massive. It is heavy as fuck. It makes the records sound good, not like some fucking plastic arm bullshit like my old one. It does come with a liftable dust cover, and on the back they have the little clamps here, and you can just take them off, and I did that for that. I feel like it'd be much more aesthetically pleasing than looking at the little clamps the whole time. And I'll go into a little detailed diagnosis of the certain parts. We have the off-on switch. You kind of flick it one side. I thought you push down on it, so it was really fucking hard for me to turn it on, but you just flick it. And then once you flick it, a red light comes on, and it looks really cool. That's how you know that's on. And then right next to the on-off button is the stop-start button. So all you have to do is click the button, and then it plays. And then we have the speed knobs. Now this is I think it's cool because usually it's a dial. You'd flip for either or. So if you click on 33, it plays 33-inch records. You play 47, you play 47s. And if you hit both of them at the same time, you could play very rare 78-inch records that I believe are called shellac records. Not schlatt records, shellac records. And the dot pattern on the side of the turntable, it's made of metal, it's just so hypnotizing to look at. It just looks absolutely fantastic. And it comes with a guide light. If you plug it in, then it illuminates where the needle will be, and I think that's good for nighttime playing, but for what I'm doing right now, for the video aspect of it, I'm not really going to use it. When you put the turntable part on, it comes with this very metallic, not so comfortable looking piece of metal, but it comes with a nice little, I believe it's a silk mat, or it's some kind of silk mat, and you put it down and it just makes a nice little comfy spot to put your records down, made of high quality metal. And you even have the little adapter you put on, I think it's called, for the 7-inch records that have the big holes in them. Now let's look at the needle, because the needle looks fucking amazing. Look at her. It's fucking epic. I don't know what kind of needle this is. I'm very bad at doing research. It came all pre-aligned when I ordered, and the back setup is immaculate. I love it. This is the first time I've ever had a counterweight, because the plastic shitty ones, they don't have counterweights. And it took me some time to figure out how to use it, but the counterweight is fantastic. I love a counterweight, dude. It's epic, because then it just it feels so different putting it on the turntable when you have a counterweight. I can't describe how it feels to do it, but it just feels awesome to play with it and lift up the record. And you even have I call it the sample wheel. So if you want to play back the record at a slower speed, you'd go up, and then if you want to play it at a faster speed, go down, and if you just want to play normal, play in the center. And that's great for musicians if you want to sample or chop and screw fuck with shit before you upload it to the computer. My bad. And the one that I got, you even have a USB connection so that you can just upload the songs that are playing directly to the PC through like Audacity or something. So I'm going to use that a lot. These are the speakers that I have. These are the edifiers. The units, they're nice and tall. They have all the connections to make it sound good. And it's just a cool little thing. They definitely get the bass, like the bass. I never got the bass with my other one, but I mean, I guess because the speakers were like the size of my nutsack, that's why I didn't get the bass. Well, now that I showed you my setup and how everything sounds, let's get into the actual vinyl records, shall we? So before we start, this is the setup. This is what we're going to be looking at. And what my plan is I have a frame, a vinyl record frame, and I'm going to put all the records in that instead of the stand that I had before, because I think it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, and you can see the vinyl spinning as I talk about it. So before we talk about the records that I newly received, let's talk about some older ones that have increased in value from my last video, shall we? Joji Ballads 1. The Ballads 1, I did not know was rare. I knew that the In Tongues vinyl that I had before was rare, but I did not know that this one was like very sought after. On Discogs, it goes for between $70 and $80 right now. That's not bad, considering I don't know if I think I pre-ordered this now that I think about it. I don't know if I'm gonna get Nectar. I still have to, I think a few more teasers need to come out, or wait, no, the record comes out in like a couple weeks, so. And with the display, I can show you more of the art from the record. So we have the Immaculate Ballads 1, drawing shit, and then the track list on the top right. I think it's just a cool design layout, and the vinyl record itself has the exact same text, the scribbled Ballads 1 and the track list on the bottom, on some very nice black vinyl. And I could also talk about the art, and the great thing about this, the frame that I have, is that I could frame the lyric sheet and like what the what's it called? The things that the records actually hold. You know what it's called. It gives way to some really fucking cool art. Like that just hanging there looks pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. And then on the back is just the track list from the literal back of the record. Next is Earl Sweatshirt, Some Rap Songs. Very interesting, very sad record. But the prices has changed. I got it for about, I believe, $20. It's now at a crisp $40. And looking on like Amazon and some other popular buying places, there's only like one left in stock. So as I record this, it could increase in price, so I could be holding on to a pretty rare record, boys. You got the great Snapchat filter album cover, and then you have a nice back, black, very minimalist, very, not simple, but it's the basic black, with the track list, a little drawing of something, a dude. The vinyl record itself, the exact same track list, black with some logos on it, nothing too wild. The inside sheet where the vinyl is held is some poetry from Earl's dad that passed away, I believe, and I think that's a cool little thing, because it just looks like it's just like photocopied out of a book. On the flip side of that, it just has the lyric sheets with the Some Rap Songs logo. Not too shabby, Earl, not too shabby. Oh baby, no love, deep web. Boys, this was, I'm on the Death Grip subreddit, and people are talking like, oh shit, there's only a few left in stock. They sold out on Amazon, and then I looked at Discogs. $90 to $103, boys. Let's fucking go. I now hold a rare Death Grips album, buddy. Let's fucking go, dude. That's epic. I'm not showing you the real album cover because I'm not a fucking idiot. I'll show you the back though. Back's cool. In the previous video I mentioned some fantastic font. I love the No Love Deep Web fonts. It just looks cool. Track list and a weird ass picture. And then the vinyl, standard black vinyl. It's a pretty hefty vinyl, it's pretty thick, with the white instead of the black with the track list and some logos. And then on the lyric sheet you have the picture of the woman with the blood or whatever, but I don't know if you could read it, but it's the lyric sheet, and same thing, but you have the man with the funny jacket. I do not know how the fuck I did not know that this was so rare. Oh my fucking god. I was like, right after I recorded my vinyl video and I put it on the internet, so many people are like, holy fuck, you have the ginger vinyl? I did not know it was such a big thing, because I'm looking at it on Discog. It goes for $250 to $450. Dude, what the fuck? This is definitely the most rare vinyl I have in my entire collection. That's fucking epic. Not even ironically epic. So fucking let's go, boys. You have fucking Weston and Joba giving each other hugs. And then on the back, you have the track list with the two boys previously mentioned hanging on a curb. And then you have the beautiful red vinyl looks epic. You know, the basic font of all the stuff playing. I think it's just a very well packaged vinyl. And then the lyric sheets, you have the boys in the space suits. On the back, you have the boys hanging out in their normal clothes. I don't want to go through the whole fucking binder. You guys buy it. Yeah, buy it for fucking $250, dumbass. So that rounds out the stuff that I previously owned that is now worth money. So now, let's show you some stuff that I recently got. I'm the only man to have this album. It does not fit in frame because it is a 10-inch, so don't bully me. This is the Death Grips original EP. I designed this myself. I went with a company called In the Clouds, and I created the vinyl record of it. A nice little 10-inch, and it is fucking awesome. I think I am the only person in the entire world to own this on vinyl. I designed the back. The only songs that are on it are Death Grips Next Grips, Face Melter, How to Do Impossible Things, and Full Moon Death Classic. The rest of the songs are on Ex-Military. I am so happy with this. It sounds great. The waveforms look like bricks because I did it myself, I think. But I designed the back, I designed the labels and everything myself. So if I ever need to show a company like, hey, I can design vinyls for you, they'll be like, hey, look at this kid. So I kind of stole the cover, the designs. I'm not selling it, so it's for personal use. So if you see this and I stole your work, I am sorry. All right, let's get into stuff that I did not make. Crystal Castles, the debut record, the 2008 debut record, probably one of my favorite electronic records ever. It's the precursor to 100 gecs, dude. Like, it sounds like it was released the same year as 100 gecs, but this came out in 2008, dude. It's fucking wild. Who's honking? Shut the fuck up, I'm doing a video. It's just a great album, and I'm very happy I got on vinyl because, you know, I'm tying everything up. Because it's now rare. You can't get it very easily anymore. On Discogs, it's between $50 and $100. So, big W, I'd say. Not to mention the front album cover is just so fucking epic looking. It just looks so fantastic. It's just so simple, but again, you know, simple makes very impactful art, I believe. In the back, you know, just some easy black with some text for the track list, and there's a command sticker on it because it's on my vinyl wall. I mentioned it last time, but I want to show you guys my vinyl wall. This is what it looks like. It's a fucking 2x4, I think. Yeah. And it has some of the boys hanging up on there, some of my favorite records. And while I'm mentioning it, I'll show you another place I keep my records. I have it on top of this little fucking two shelf unit, and on top are some of my CDs, which maybe I'll go into my CD collection. Maybe one of these days. Who knows? Crystal Castle vinyl, some hefty black vinyl, some hefty. It's a double vinyl, same logo with the same black font. I cannot say anything bad about it. It's epic. So I'm glad I own a piece of Crystal Castle's history. Cocoa Sugar by the band Young Fathers. I love this album. I started listening to it freshman year of college. That was one of the albums that I had on repeat. That and Black Midi, which I showed you previously. That was the album that I just loved listening to. It was just experimental enough, but just accessible enough. Jazzy and funky and abstract. It's just so fantastic. And not to mention, this is definitely one of my favorite album covers of all time. It just looks, the color scheme and everything just looks fantastic. Good record. The back just, again, very simple, black background, white font, you know, just Young Fathers Cocoa Sugar track list. And the record is funny because all it says is A and B, and that's all it says on the labels, and I think it's really funny. Again, standard black vinyl, you know how it is, boys. And the lyric sheet is just very small, black background, white text, just showing you A-side, B-side. Not too shabby, boys. All right, now here's some weird shit. So I was scrolling through Bandcamp one day, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling generous. Let's give some people some money. And I found this record. I found it from the album cover. I'm like, oh, that's epic. Oh, they sell vinyl. That's pretty epic too. So I purchased it. It is Lost Twin Talk 2, Volume 2. And I ordered it from a gentleman, I believe they're based in Brazil. So this took a fucking long time to get here. I want to say I ordered it in like March, maybe? And then it came in about like a few weeks ago, so it took a while to get here, but it's a little like beat tape. So if I'm ever like just chilling in my room and I just want to put on some like beats, this is perfect. It's a perfect thing to listen to. And in the back you have the same grandmother kind of thing staring at each other. Twin talk. I get it. And then the actual record itself has the cool outline of the lady. I believe it's a lady, with the A side, B side, you know, colored. depending on the colors is how it looks. And the case that the vinyl is held in, you have a nice alternative artwork of the lady with like no head. It's just like the purple outlines. And same on the back side of that, just the purple outlines of the lady. And it just looks fucking epic. I think it's really cool. Alright, now this one is the last of the non-colored vinyls, and I want to save this for last because this one is a bit special to me. Radiohead in Rainbows. I've always been a big Radiohead fan. I love Radiohead. I think that they are extremely important to the music scape because they show people that you can still be weird and have a mainstream audience. Not to mention the album cover's fucking epic. I got it at the record store without even listening to the album. I was like, oh well shit. I know a few of the songs. Videotape is one of my favorite songs like ever. And I know if like I know Radiohead. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll get it. And I'm like, so let's go back in time. Let's do what the old people did, where they had to buy it before they could listen to it. So that's what I did. I purchased In Rainbows, and the first time I heard it all the way through was on the record player, and I fucking love it. I love In Rainbows. It is a fantastic record. It's a fantastic record, and it's just great. It's just great. And the back, you have I thought that this was lava. This is photos of lava. It's not actually. It's molten wax squirted onto a canvas, which is epic. I love the artist. I believe it's fuck. I don't know what his name is. Jake, editing Jake, put up his name right here. The vinyl. This is some hefty fucking vinyl. This is some heavy ass vinyl. I wish the label was as cool as the back, but it does make up for it. The lyric sheets. Oh my god, beautiful. Oh, bruh. I'd let that hang easy. It's just so pretty. It looks so good. And on the back side, more lyric sheets and a thank you. It just looks awesome. I really love this record. I really do. And now that's all the non-color new records that I got. So let's get into the new records. Oh, hi Jake. Say hi to the camera. Oh, there he is. Let's get into some colored records. Jesus is King, baby! Jesus is King. God Country coming soon. I did get Jesus is King. Sort of as a meme, sort of not, because it's kind of funny, but it is kind of cool. Jesus is King, not the best Kanye record, but it's definitely, it's okay, People are giving it some schmack for not being as epic as his other albums, but it's not bad. And you get the nice crisp blue vinyl. It just looks epic looking at it. I like that the vinyl is the album cover too. It's cool. I more enjoy Jesus is King than I dislike it. It's not bad. God's Country comes soon, baby. Let's fucking go. And I'm gonna speak about some later. I'm gonna bring up some albums that I already bought, and they're just on their way. Next, fucking Sonic Citadel by Lightning Bolt. This record I have not listened to. I've listened to it a bit, but I kind of bought it because I was in my local record store and it was on sale. And I was like, well, shit, dude, that album cover is fucking dope. And it's colored? Fuck yeah, dude, I'll buy it. So you got this nice, like, children's drawing for the front and continuation of that on the back. It's just a fantastic album cover. The art direction and all of it is fucking excellent. And speaking of good art direction, on the labels for the records, it's got the little, like, toy soldier man. And if you want to know what side he is, he's holding up the number side. So I'm on side 2, side B, I guess. And the blue vinyl is just so beautiful looking. It just looks so epic. And the lyric sheet, it's the same thing with it's a double LP. It's the same thing with all 4 of them. It's just like the handwritten lyric sheet. I'm not going to show you all of it. But this brings me to my final record that I got. I mentioned it in the last video. Moses Sumney's Gray. I have been waiting on this one for a good long time. I ordered it back in February, and it came end of May. One of the longest records I've ever had to wait for. And I really enjoy this album. The one that I got is, I had a shipping error with Amazon. I originally got like the Swirl records, but they fucked up and they gave me the black and white record. Like, one, it's a double LP, and one is black and one is white. I don't know, so half of it is colored, I guess. But you have Moses Sumney on the cover chilling with his ass out on the cover, and on the back, I believe it's just the same image, just no him and the track list. And the shot's kind of overexposed, but it's a beautiful, crisp white vinyl, and it looks fucking epic. And I do want to show you guys some of the art that went along with it. Like, the art direction for this is fantastic. And this is easily one of the heaviest vinyls I've ever had. It is so fucking heavy because it's 2 vinyls, it's 2 like art books, and it's like some additional content, which I'm not going to show you because I feel like you should buy it and look into it yourself because it's really cool. I think that the photography used is fantastic. You have him hanging out with some lyric sheets on the back, and then on the second one you have more, and then the art book is just fantastic. It didn't totally fit, but it still looks fantastic, and it dropped, so fuck me, I want to die. I really urge you to look through it, and you can see Moses Sumney naked on it, so if that's something that you want to do, then fucking you do you. But that concludes my my records video. So I love vinyl records. They are really cool. It's a good way to support the artist and get some cool shit. Cause just streaming the album is it's okay, but like, again, you get to hold it, you get to own it, you get to say, hey kids, check this shit out. In 50 years, look at the music I was listening to, and you have a big old record collection. I think that vinyl records are here to stay in some capacity. So let's get into the record that I have on the way. Recently, I mentioned it in the video, but I got Kanye West Wash Us in the Blood on vinyl. It's coming, I think it said like 12 weeks or some shit, which is a fucking long ass time, dude. I want it now. I got the red 7-inch, so that's pretty epic. I can't wait for that shit to come. I also got Earl Sweatshirt's Feet of Clay, the limited edition gold vinyl. Tan. It said tan, but it looks gold. I'll say it's gold. I got the limited edition of that. It's no longer available, so that's pretty fucking epic. I'm glad that I have a limited edition vinyl from Big Earl Sweatshirt, because I really like the album. East is fucking epic. I really hope that they have the Calciuchesta cover of East on it, because I'd love to hear that. And last but not least, the one that I have coming is Everything's new album, Reanimator. I purchased I think it was super exclusive. Oh, fuck, I forget what color, but Jake, put up which one I got. This one I'm a bit worried about because it has not come out yet. And the songs that have been teased to it are good, but like they're not like everything good. Like from listening to A Fever Dream and Get to Heaven, like I really hope the rest of the record just fucking picks up and starts going fucking nuts to butts. What are you gonna do? I already purchased it, already given my money. Even if the record fucking sucks, even if the record is just fucking Jonathan Hicks farting into a mic for 45 minutes, I will buy it because I love everything. So that's it. That's the fucking video, guys. That's my vinyl collection, and that's my vinyl update. And I can't wait to do this in another 3 months when I get more records, because it's a fun little thing to do. I love talking about music, if you have not been able to tell. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. I got some more videos coming out. I got some video essays. I got some cover tutorials, depending on what comes out first. But I say keep a lookout. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I like doing these wrap-ups at the end of videos. It's just a nice little way to talk. So alright, well, as long as you have watched the super mega episode of Cold Ones, then I guess you're good to go. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And have a pleasant day.